Ha! Ha! Ask him out. Wow. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, but okay. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are playing a game called Missing. A visual novel game. This one has multiple endings, so we're going to try and get all the endings. Yeah, this is probably the second visual novel that we've done on the channel. Yeah, I'm trying to, improve my, dialogue games. So, I'm always glad to play these type of games. So let's check it out. Hehe. What are you laughing at? I added your Polaroid to my notebook. Ugh, I don't look good in that photo though. No, look, it's like you're preserved here in my notes forever. Isn't that cool? I guess that's a nice thought, right? I hope we can look back on this summer in the years to come and reminiscence over the good old days. Okay. I hope we stay friends forever. Your friend has been missing for over a week now. The local police weren't getting anywhere with their search. It's a small town and missing people cases like this are rare and far between. You'll guess that the lack of progress made in their investigations were due to the fact that they were ill-equipped to handle something like this. Or maybe they were just incompetent. So you decided to take matters into your own hands. You've had your suspicions. In fact, you'd been suspicious of him for a while. It wasn't based on anything concrete. He's well liked in the community and seems to be a normal guy. It was just an uncomfortable gut feeling. And so, you find yourself standing outside a small house on the outskirts of town. You look down into your notebook. Okay, the plan was to enter his own home under the guise of an official investigation. You'd have to impersonate a detective, which might get you in trouble if discovered, but if all goes well, you'd be able to collect the evidence you'd need to find out what happened to your friend. Or maybe you were wrong. Maybe he's innocent and you're just blowing things out of proportion, all because of a gut feeling. You look back up at the house. It's a simple one-story building and it looks quite homely. There are plants and other trinkets decorating the patio, and the lawn is neatly kept. You feel a small pang of guilt for intruding on such a peaceful-looking home, but that feeling slowly morphs into a sensation of fear. There's a chill running down your spine as you approach the front door. You stand outside, shifting from one foot to the other. This is it. Should you continue? It's not too late to back out now. Okay, I gotta back out because it'll probably give us an ending. You bit your lip nervously. This was a bad idea. There are so many things that could go wrong. For all you know, he could be completely innocent. You'd be accusing him of a crime he didn't do and trespassing into his private property. On top of that, you'd definitely get into some legal trouble if you were found impersonating an authority figure. Head hanging low, you step back from the door. For a moment, your friend's smiling face flashes in your head. You take one last look at the house and then you leave. Ending 1, coward. But I just had to get the first end. I knew that was going to be the first end. I needed to do it. Get it out the way. So we'll go right back to the beginning, where we were just then. So give us a second, guys. Okay, now, continue. You were nervous. Yes, but you were also determined to seek out any clues that may help you find your friend. You quickly smoothed out the creases in your dress, making yourself look presentable. With renewed resolve, you knock on the door. Knock, knock. There's a small shuffling noise coming from within. One moment. You hear footsteps approaching, the door creaks open and a friendly face steps in front of to greet you. You've seen him around town a few times, but his strikingly unusual appearance always seems to surprise you. Can I help you? His sudden question knocks you out of your stupor. Oh, yes. You pull out a fake badge with a fake identity from your pocket. I'm Detective Quinn from the Border Springs Police Department. You're Crow, correct? Crow glances at your hastily made badge. For a moment, you're worried he's caught onto you, but then he gives you an affirmative smile. That's me. I'm just here to ask you a few questions in pertinence to an ongoing missing persons investigation. Do you mind if I come in? Perfect, just as you'd rehearsed. He eyes you for a moment. Missing person investigation? You nod. Your palms are beginning to feel sweaty from all the nerves. He stares at you thoughtfully for a moment. Then he smiles again. Sure thing, detective, come on in. Crow motions for you to enter, and you eagerly do so. As you step inside, he closes the door behind you. Click. Before you can have any time for yourself to look around the place, you're quickly ushered towards the guest area. Sorry for my appearance, detective. I'd just gotten home from work, so I haven't got to change yet. He motions towards his outfit, the standard uniform issued to the crew members of the local train station. I thought he was a child. I'll brew up some tea for you. Do you have any preference? No, anything is fine, thank you. Thanks though. Alright, I'll be back momentarily. Make yourself comfortable. You take a seat at the table, eyes trailing after Crow as he leaves the room. This could be a good opportunity to look around. Let's snoop around, let's check. Eager to take advantage of his absence, you quickly leave your seat and head towards the hallway. It's a surprisingly long hallway. The place definitely looked smaller from the outside. The lights are all off, save for a yellow glow coming from the last room in the hall. You nervously turn to the doorknob of said room and peek inside. It's a walk-in closet. Rows of clothing are neatly hung on the closet rod. Everything is meticulously arranged by colour: blue, white, black. You walk deeper into the wardrobe room, a little surprised that people actually have rooms of this size dedicated to clothing alone, and that's when you notice it. Inconspicuously placed on a table full of gloves, a blood-stained pair of layout in the open. You shakily step closer to get a better look, reaching out to pick up the piece of evidence you needed. I came to grab a new pair of gloves, but I didn't expect you to have beat me to it. You nearly jumped out of your skin at the sudden noise. Sheepishly, you turned to face Crow, who was leaning against the doorway. Upon your repositioning, you noticed the specific article of clothing you were trying to grab. Ah, that. He smiles. I was field dressing a rabbit the other day. And don't worry, I've got a license. It was understandable. Many residents of Border Springs participated in hunting of wild game during the season. But despite that, you still felt chills going down your spine. Now, I am a little uncomfortable with you young ladies such as yourself going through my clothes. How about we call it a day here? I do have some matters to attend. You nod meekly, embarrassed that he's caught you at such a bad time, and you are swiftly escorted out of his home. What the fuck? You are a, authority figure. If you see blood and you suspect something because there is a crime afoot, you don't sit there and literally cave as soon as he tells you to leave. Like, in any scenario, that would not happen. But ending 2, empty-handed. Okay, we got ending 2. Okay, so we're gonna wait like a good little girl. We decide to play it safe and wait for a while. We decided to play it safe and wait for a while reviewing old notes. You pull out your notebook and pen from inside your pocket and flip through the pages. Ah, there he was. Crow. You couldn't find much information on him. You weren't even able to find his last name. He has virtually no social media presence nor any close friends who do. He seems to be the easygoing type but keeps to himself most of the time. You rub at your eyes in frustration. You'd spent the last week tailing him in secret, but that was the extent of what you found. He lived such a painfully normal and boring life that you almost felt bad for the guy. But despite all that, your instincts were telling you that he was dangerous. And that's why you're here now. Your train of thought is broken as you hear the sound of running water going off in the kitchen. Check out the house. Stay in your seat. So we're gonna keep checking. Like, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, like there is a certain point. Like, you know, I'm just gonna go with it and see what's. Now that it sounded like he was preoccupied with whatever was going on in the kitchen, you decided to take this time to explore the rest of the house. So I think this is the original. This can, you know, get to the what we're talking about. The final ending, I think. You quietly leave your seat, scurrying over to the dark hallway. The lights are all off, so you had quite a bit of a trouble navigating from the room to room. One by one, down the hall, you peeked into each room, a restroom, a storage room, a bedroom, and finally, a closet. You sigh, rubbing tiredly at your eyes. It was difficult to see anything in these conditions. As you are about to leave the closet, you slip briefly on a rug. Shoot! You quickly move to readjust the displaced floor covering, but notice something peculiar as you do. Oh, a trapdoor hidden beneath. You feel your heart quicken. Cautiously, you lift up the heavy door and peer inside. Complete darkness. You take a step down. Creak. And then another. Until you reach the end. By now, your eyes have adjusted to the dim setting. There's a strange smell down here. You cover your mouth to mask the odor, but it permeates through the air regardless, and then you see it. I love you, I love you, I love you. Whoa, this is a little bit much. A wall strewn with pictures of them. Your missing friends. Missing friends? Didn't she just say one friend? Red ink is scribbled all over every photograph. Proclamations of love towards them, and threats of violence towards anyone else who dares interfere. You back up a little at the sight. Creak. You froze. That wasn't you. It came from behind. Ah, now you've done it. I was going to let you go, you know, Detective Quinn. Or should I say, Petunia Flores. I thought that humouring you in your little game of detective might satisfy that troublesome sixth sense of yours. But I can't believe you managed to sniff this place out. A shame, really. A shame. Out of all the inconveniences in my way, you were still tolerable. To some extent. He pulls out a needle. There's a murky substance inside. I do hope you don't take this personally. I was going to let you go, really. Promise. But the circumstances have changed. And well, I can't have you getting in the way of my love. Ending 5. Missing. Have you seen this girl? Okay, that wasn't... I presume that might not be the original ending, but we'll see. And we'll go back and do that one ending. Because we've got... Before that, we got 2 endings. Yeah, we got 2 endings. I think. Well, we'll see now in a minute. So, we are back to where we were. So now, knowing that ending, we know that this is the killer. I suppose the only question is, can we get out of this unscathed? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to go with stay in your seat this time. Unable to muster up the courage to leave your seat, you stay put in your spot, fingers nervously tapping the edge of the table. The whistling of the kettle goes off in the kitchen and you can hear the clatter of cups and utensils as Crow prepares the tea. After a few more minutes, he returns with a silver tray in hand. He gently sets down a piping hot cup in front of you. Sugar? I'll pass. He sits down across from you. He doesn't touch his tea. So, what did you come to meet for? Okay, so... Ask him out. Wow. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, but okay. Are you serious? Apparently, bro. Buckets of sweat are dripping down my face. Crow seems a little uncomfortable at your sudden weird behavior. I came today to ask. Crow raises an eyebrow. Ask you on a date. There's a long silence between the two of you. But he does not look impressed. Get out of my house. Yes, sir. Oh my god. That is fucking hilarious. Like, why would you do that? Why would that even be an option? This is just nuts. This is nuts. Oh my god. I'll be back now. Okay, we're back to the question. I'm not going to ask him out again. That is still getting me. Let's just question him. You try to keep up your facade as a detective, asking him questions about his relationships, his personal life, his schedule, and an alibi. Of course, you weren't able to pick up on any inconsistencies, and your line of questioning was inefficient and lacked substance. This back and forth goes on for about half an hour before you decide to finally cut your losses and leave. You rise from your seat, tucking away your notebook and pen back into your pocket. Will that be all, Detective Quinn? You sigh and give him a small nod, making your way towards the front door. Crow trails behind you, seeing you out. There's a safe feeling of defeat from not having gotten anything worthwhile out of this whole encounter, but you thank him for his time anyway. Glad to have been of help, Detective. Give a half-hearted nod as you walk across his front lawn. If you ever need more assistance with that investigation of yours, do feel free to come by for tea again sometime, Petunia Flores. You stumble mid-step. You never told him your real name. You turn back to face him, but he was already gone. And in 3, playing detective. Wow, that was the last... Wow. So, in any kind of way of that happening, you're never gonna catch him. You don't catch him. Like, you find out it's him, but then he kills you. And, there is 2 escape endings, technically. And he did stick to his story, right? Yeah, he did say when we got caught down in the cellar thing, he did say, I was gonna let you go. I was gonna, let you, humor you, do everything, and I was gonna let you go. So, man of his word, even though he's a killer. But I'm kind of gutted there wasn't a 6th ending. Like, it would have been nice if there was a 6th ending, like you caught him. But yeah, 5 endings, I believe. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this, and I do appreciate you humoring my dialogue. I'm still getting used to trying to, like, I think that was one of the things I need to improve on a lot when I was speaking, like, trying to emphasize and put meaning into my dialogue. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that well, it's improving. But apart from that, guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for being here, and please be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button to be notified when my videos go up next. Also, be sure to hit like and give me a comment. Tell me what you thought of this game, and if you think you should have a 6th ending of a good ending. I think most games, they do good endings, so I'm kind of like, the good ending, I suppose, is questioning him and then leaving. But I would have liked a catching ending, but okay, I'll go with it. Apart from that, thank you very much and goodbye.